The year is 2020. The world, for all intents and purposes, shuts down. Life as we knew it grinds to a halt. Gyms lock their doors, fitness studios go dark, and millions of us find ourselves trapped in our homes, in a strange new reality with a massive void where our fitness routines used to be. And so, the great online search began. We were all scrolling through a seemingly endless sea of home workouts, desperately trying to find something, anything, to fill the gap. But let's be honest, the options were tiring. We were tired of all the fluffy, feel-good routines that promised the world but delivered very little. Frustrated with the relentless, peppy instructors who felt completely disconnected from the actual struggle of a hard workout. The online fitness space was loud. It was flashy, but to many it felt hollow. Then something shifted. In a quiet corner of Northern Ireland, in a living room that likely resembled yours or mine, a personal trainer and mother of two turned on her phone, propped it up, and began what can only be described as a revolution. This is the story of how Caroline Girvan, with no fancy studio or marketing budget, built one of YouTube's most respected free fitness empires. And its story is worth hearing. The world before Caroline. Before 2020, the YouTube fitness landscape largely followed a very specific playbook. It was dominated by high-energy personalities, promises of quick fixes, and workouts that often felt more like entertainment than exercise science. In a Q&A video, Caroline noted that the trend was for no repeats, to keep things entertaining.
I actually first started sharing the no repeat workouts on YouTube at the very beginning. It quickly became apparent that on YouTube, it was the thing to sort of do no repeats. Every exercise is different, keep it entertaining, keeping everybody motivated. But I think many of you have come around to the idea that repetitions really do matter.
It was the era of the 10 minutes to shred abs and dance party style workouts that, while fun, didn't always build real sustainable strength. The emphasis was on personality, on filling every second with motivation, and often the workout itself was secondary. And while that model worked for millions, it left a huge gap for a growing number of people who didn't want a cheerleader. They wanted a partner. They didn't want to be talked at, they wanted to train with someone. The stage was set for a quiet force to completely redefine what a YouTube workout could be, the accidental revolutionist. In County Antrim, Northern Ireland, Caroline Girvan's life was decidedly offline. She had studied accountancy and worked at a 9-to-5 desk job before shifting into fitness. She told Sunday World, she became a certified personal trainer and was working with local clients from a home gym when the world changed. Then the 2020 lockdowns meant she could no longer train her clients in person. So she did what any practical business owner would do. To keep her clients engaged, she began filming her own workouts.
Workouts for my clients who I actually couldn't train at the time due to lockdown. So I basically had my phone, I recorded some simple workouts, shared them through WhatsApp. One lady asked, could I put it on YouTube so she could watch it on her TV? I did that. Then a few different people who I didn't recognize actually left comments under the video, and then it just sort of grew from there. So basically at the very beginning, it was just me and my phone on a window ledge.
In April of 2020, she posted her first publicly viewable workouts on YouTube. There was no grand strategy, no launch plan, just a trainer in her living room with her dumbbells, sharing the exact type of training she had always believed in. Little did she know that simple act was about to connect her with millions of people searching for exactly that, the science of silence. What happened next was an explosion, and to understand why, you have to understand what made her videos so radically different. The most obvious departure was the silence. Not complete silence, but a deliberate lack of extended voiceover during the workout. Instead of talking at you, she was training with you. You could hear her breathing, see the fatigue, and watch her push through the final second as her muscles shook. This created a profound psychological shift. She wasn't some untouchable guru barking orders. She was a partner in the trenches with you. Every grimace and every sharp exhale created a shared experience. The on-screen timer was the only guide you needed. This approach created an incredible sense of camaraderie, like a global community was in it together, surviving one rep at a time. But the silence was backed by substance. Her workouts are structured around proven strength training principles: progressive overload, compound movements, pushing to muscular fatigue. Her approach challenged the stereotype that women's workouts needed to be light and airy. In a Q&A, she addressed the misconception that lifting heavy makes women bulky.
There has been this misconception that if you lift weights, heavy weights, that you will increase in size, increase significantly in muscle mass. and also overall larger frame. Times are changing, we are learning more and more, becoming more aware of the benefits of resistance training to overall health, lifestyle, longevity, and also body composition.
On top of it all, she gave away a huge amount of value. For each of her major multi-week programs, she provided downloadable program guides for free on her website that still exists today. This wasn't just a collection of random videos. It was a long-term structured fitness strategy given away with no strings attached, building an army. The response was overwhelming. Viewers tired of constant noise found a focused, respectful space with Caroline. People who felt patronized by other channels felt challenged by her intensity. Her channel's growth was rapid, from virtually zero in April of 2020 to a multi-million subscriber community by late 2025. According to a publicly recorded stats, her channel surpassed 4 million subscribers in 2025. A true community formed, a digital army of followers who commonly call themselves Girvanators. The comment sections turned into support forums and a Facebook group. Viewers from her biggest followings in the US, UK, Germany, India, and Canada would check in daily, share progress, celebrate non-scale victories. Her library of free programs united people worldwide. Her appeal, not flashy marketing, but genuine results, shared struggle, and a message of strength over aesthetics. The epic era. As her audience swelled, the depth of her offering expanded. She didn't just post workouts, she built sagas. Beginning in September of 2020, with her first major free 10-week program, Epic. She continued with Epic 2, Epic Heat, Epic 3, and finally, Epic Endgame, and many other free programs. On top of that, she launched the Iron series and similar ones that were all free on YouTube. Many of these programs are documented and viewed by others, like myself. Each of these programs was a variation on a theme. Iron focused on slower heavy lifting, Fuel more athletic, fast pace. In my own transformation, I started with Epic Heat in 2021 at 40 pounds heavier, and her workouts were a crucial point of my transformation, and I continue to use her workouts to this day. She was providing what many paid programs charge for hundreds, but she was giving away for free. But the key question, how long could this generosity last? It really is an incredible story of generosity, isn't it? If you're finding the story insightful, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel. I'd love to know which Caroline Girvan program was your game changer. Let me know in a comment, because in a way, we've all been on this journey together. The unavoidable question, what's next? For about 2.5 years, Caroline maintained this relentless pace, giving away premium multi-week programs, posting many workouts, serving a global audience. But the very platform that enabled her rise, YouTube, had its limits. In a community video, she later acknowledged key challenges.
YouTube as a platform allowed me very simply to upload my home workouts to share with those clients that I wasn't able to train face-to-face during that period. And throughout, YouTube have been very supportive with me. But of course, there are always going to be limitations, particularly in regards to the music that was maybe playing during the workouts. You may have preferred to play your own music, or the ease to access certain information. And actually organizing the playlists and on a constant loop of uploading meant that I really was shying away from maybe other types of equipment, other durations of the workouts.
The audience held its breath. This is often the pivotal point where a beloved creator sells out, puts the library behind a paywall, and alienates the faithful. There was a tangible anxiety. Was the golden era of free Caroline Girvan workouts coming to an end?
I just want to really update as to what I've sort of been up to, because I know many of you have been asking, and also just to let you know what is coming.
The question hung in the air. What happens now? A masterclass in monetization. What happened next is smart, respectful, and rare. In 2023, she launched the CGX app. But this didn't feel like a betrayal. It felt like an invitation.
It's ready. I have been working hard on creating a new home. A new home for me, and hopefully you too. A place where I'm able to share what I have learned with you, and hopefully help try to cancel out a lot of that noise. I started with a blank canvas. So essentially the revenue from the YouTube home is going into the new home. I've had the honor to work with an incredible app development company over the past few months to develop the vision. I've had creative input from the beginning and will continue so.
Because she had spent years building trust and delivering massive value for free, the community reaction was supportive rather than resentful. She positioned the CGX app not as replacing YouTube, but as a new home, with features the channel just couldn't deliver: advanced filtering, a calendar, notes and tracking, music license workouts, and downloadable searchable content. Her followers saw the app as an extension of the value she had already created, not a paywall trap. It was one of the cleanest creator monetization pivots I've ever seen. She kept all of her free content on YouTube. She did not wipe the library. YouTube remains the discovery layer. CGX is the premium layer for those who want extra features and want to support the creator. The upload frequency on YouTube has slowed significantly, as she said it would, and her creative focus has now shifted to the app. This is a dual platform strategy done right. From a living room in County Atrium to the screens of millions, the story of Caroline Girvan is about more than just fitness. It's about authenticity in a world saturated with hype. It's proof that if you provide overwhelming value with unwavering integrity, an audience will follow you. Caroline Girvan didn't just build a fitness channel, she built a movement. She continues to expand her platforms and programs. She empowered millions to get stronger, not just physically, but mentally. And in doing so, she reshaped the landscape of women's fitness, shifting the focus from what your body looks like to what your body can do. She created a blueprint for a new kind of empire, built not on hype, but on help. Not on selling product, but on sharing a passion.